Your choice.
Can you hear me in the back? Kind of? Okay. Try to be around the microphone. How does this work? Cool. Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming. I'm Erez, CTO and co-founder of Urban Leap. You asked us to give a little bit more of an intro, so didn't practice it, but I think I can do it. I've been working on this startup with my co-founder for the past year. Before that, been working as a software engineer at Facebook on the advertising side, not there anymore. Before that, I was living in Israel doing my studies back in the Technion, if anybody knows Israel a little bit. And now, as I mentioned, working on Urban Leap, and I want to tell you a little bit about us. We've developed in the past year a pilot management platform for cities to help streamline essentially the innovation process of, I'll go more into the details, but of testing and evaluating new solutions. But what I want to focus a little more on is our action cluster that started in February and has been showing, I would say, good results so far. So I want to tell you a little bit about that. So I just start with a little bit of context. So we're starting with smart cities. We all know that smart cities are here. We'll still figure out what that exactly means. But what it definitely relates to is technology. So a lot of, a lot of technologies are rising up right now and evolving really rapidly, and they're really influencing all the services and everything that our cities are doing, everything from transportation to essentially all departments and services. But this is really not about just technologies for the sake of technologies, although I'm a technologist, but I think it's really about just improving our cities, so making them not only more beautiful, but really provide better life quality, being more sustainable, durable, and a list of other important things that we would want our cities to go to. Maybe a few quick examples of how technologies really improve our cities these ways. So one from Charlotte is where smart building technology is being making the city greener and reducing costs in the process. LA, so over there, still have a way to go, but they managed to reduce with smart sensor technology traffic by 16%. As anybody who went to LA, you probably experienced that traffic is a big factor on life quality, so this kind of reduction really just improves people's lives. And quite a few examples, this is one of quite a few where using the right technologies in innovations really can save lives. So this is a good example from Corona. But the question, giving all those good examples, is what's the common thread? And we've done a bunch of research when we started working on this, and what we discovered is that really it's about lean innovation. So it's this notion of moving quickly, doing iterations, starting small scale, and really being empirical. So running pilots, running experiments. There's so many technologies out there, so many things that could work well, and so many things that wouldn't fit particular cities or needs. And really generating data this way to drive decisions that are more citizen-oriented and are really impactful. So this is the concept that we believe and seen with cities we spoke with, and in those examples that I mentioned, that this drives cities forward and towards the right innovation. And that's all good and well, but there is a problem. The problem is that it's really hard to do in general, and much more in city context where cities are big, complex, bureaucratic, generally pretty slow. You have procurement, you have regulation, you have so much day-to-day things that have to be done, and also risk aversion, which is we can't just try out things that if we do things wrong, people get hurt. So it's really hard, and that's why we came up with what we're doing, and with this action cluster. So the action cluster started in February. It includes SECOG. I'll talk about all of these in a little more depth, but SECOG and San Jose, which are really progressive organizations we've been working with. Stanford University is helping with a little bit of research. And our startup, Urban Leap, that provides the platform to do this sort of pilots and lean innovations. If I go a little bit into the details, so SECOG, if you haven't heard of it, this is the Sacramento Area Council of Governments. So it includes 28 cities and counties in the area of Sacramento. They launched a program called Civic Lab. It's around transportation. And what happened there and what we helped with our platform is to solve regional challenges. So those challenges were published. Different companies responded with innovative ideas, so big companies like Lyft and Via, but also small startups and other companies. And this led to 22 pilots that are now happening in the region around these six challenges. This is currently ongoing, and these are really interesting collaboration between big and small cities, like a few of them are here, and those companies. So it's real collaboration, and they're trying different things to solve those transportation challenges. Small scale, again, before, to figure out what works before scaling things out and really, trying to solve the problems in big scale. Great program, in my opinion. San Jose, similar but different. So San Jose is they're very, very dedicated. We've been working with them for a while. Dedicated to this idea of testing and evaluating new solutions and figuring out how the city would look like in the next 5, 10, 20 years. So there we're also working with the transportation department and hopefully a few more in the coming months. So they're running between 15 to 20 transportation pilots each year, again, to figure out how to adapt and what kind of innovations fit their needs and which ones are the most impactful for the residents. So Stanford is doing the research. Not much, we're still in the early days of this, so not much to show yet. But the idea is to research this approach and its benefits, and also how our platform helps or not. Hopefully the outcome will be yes to this kind of processes and innovation. And I do want to tell you, I kind of spoke about the action cluster, but I do want to tell you a little bit about the actual the platform that came up from this process and how this kind of innovation actually works. So what we do, we just help manage the process. So the process starts with vetting, so really discovering and prioritizing different potential solutions and deciding which ones to pilot and test. Then planning in collaboration, so setting up metrics and goals up front. We have with the contract phase, sometimes it takes a long time, although it's pretty simple when we're talking about pilot projects. And then most importantly, once the pilot is running, tracking all the data live. So at the end of the day, you don't find out that the data is not there and it's too late to track it, but you can actually make an evaluation based on data and compared to your goals and metrics that were set up front. Some of the benefits that we heard from the cities I mentioned and others we start working with is, first, it's centralized, which it's really helpful, again, in city context, so many stakeholders to have all the innovation and all those pilots in one place and really in a clear format. Best practices are built in, so simple things like setting up metrics and goals up front, and putting all those in the contract, measuring the data live, the right data at the right time. It's fast and automated, so it's always nice to save time and money if you can do things, automate things, and not do too much manual work. It's collaborative, not only in the sense that the team internally can collaborate, but really there's also an option to collaborate, and we encourage you to collaborate with a vendor. A lot of these pilots have academia involved as well. And it's important when you're innovating. You can just, you need everybody at the table. And at the end of the day, this kind of process really just leads to better results with less risk, because you test different things, you figure out what works or not, you iterate, and then you scale out the things that work and make impact. One more thing I want to mention is I would say this is our vision at this point, is the idea of a community. So what does it mean? It means that we really want, and we're starting to see this already, to create a community of cities and governments that are not only dedicated to this notion of testing new solutions and really figuring out how to innovate and what kind of technologies and solutions help their community, but also committed to the notion of sharing those between cities. So how can cities who do this learn from each other and share those learnings and help good ideas spread quickly and bad ideas not spread at all. So I would say this is the vision where we're heading. Another great use case that came along the way is the education supercluster. So we're now starting to work with the education sub-product cluster to support all the action clusters. Hopefully you guys heard Derek mentioning this. So really to support all of this with our platform, again, make all the process easier and make the sharing much easier. And that's all I have for you for today. Please reach out if you want to chat, if you have feedback. Also, going to give a short feedback in the next session here, so a short demo. So if you want to see the platform a little bit and kind of more concretely visualize it, please be here. Yeah, that's all I have. Thank you.
Where are you located?
So we're currently in the Bay Area, in Palo Alto.
Generally, Bay Area.
Yeah, Palo Alto is where the office
Palo
is.
Alto.
Yeah, and most of the team.
Yes, sir. In the back.
How did SACOG fund their pilot program, do you know?
Yes, I think it's grant funded. They got a pretty big grant for.
Federal grant? Or?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Good. Thank you very much, Harrison.
Thank you.
Don't you want to think